So, Connor, it's the share of the points then here at Oakwell this afternoon. Barnsley battle with 10 men, of course, as well. What did you make of the game?
Mixed emotions in terms of how the game started and how it ended up. Thought the first half was a little bit cagey. Wanted a little bit more quality in terms of us on the ball and had that little bit more control. But thought we defended well. That was a big positive from the first half. Didn't create loads. He had one chance. But yeah, I was big on having that little bit more control with the ball in the first half. And I thought the first half particularly was a little bit cagey with both sides. Second half, then obviously said to the lads a couple of bits at half time where I think we can improve and get better. One was running in behind, end up scoring, brilliant, and obviously then the flow of the game completely changed with the red card, of course.
Yeah, we're going to ask you about that. It did totally change the game, of course. Maybe a controversial one. What did you think about the red card itself?
I think the second one was a yellow, in my opinion. My frustration, and I've said this to Vim, and it's a learning curve for him, was the first one. There's no need to get involved in something silly. Being a midfielder myself, you're threading a tightrope in terms of, if you want to do any tactical foul, or if you have a bad touch in the middle of the pitch, or if you just late to a challenge, you're going to get your second yellow. So my frustration wasn't with the second one. It was more with the first one, if I'm being honest. You stay away from that kind of scuffle or whatever you want to call it. Then he's fine then after that. So I think that's the learning curve for him.
Probably came at not an ideal time for Barnsley as well. We'd obviously just got the goal, seemed to be gaining real control of the game in that second half. Everybody was up and high and happy, and then obviously, like you say, it changed the game, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I really felt like we were playing some good stuff at the start of the second half. I thought we were in control of the game. I felt like we were in a really good place, and I do believe that if we had 11 men, we go on to win the game. The big positives from the game is how our lads fought again. Did it at Plymouth, did it today. Look, we need to get better in terms of keeping 11 men on the pitch. There's no getting away from that. But in terms of the fight, the grit, everything again, they're giving me everything. The fans are getting a team that are doing everything for the football club, and that connection is there and growing, and it's brilliant to see. But yeah, look, I think all in all, mixed emotions. I feel like we could have went on to win it if we kept everyone on the pitch. But how well the lads, ran and done everything possible to try and get a result as well was I'm proud of them.
You just mentioned it there slightly. I'm sure we'd all love for the games to be much easier, but having these tests, particularly early on, the different types of wins and results that Barnsley are having, battling, the team rallying together, you can only think of that as a positive long term and what good it'll do for the team.
Yeah, it's obviously, look, it's what I've tried to create, over the course of the pre-season and start of the season. A lot of groups would go under in terms of when they go down to 10 men, they can fold. We stood up to it at Plymouth, stood up to it again today against one of the top sides in the league. So the lads can be really, really proud. I'm proud of them and what they're giving me. But yeah, look, we need to, be smart in terms of making games a little bit easier for ourselves. When we play our stuff and play the way I know that the lads can play, we're a decent side. The lads need to take big belief from today that they can mix it with one of the best teams in the league. They'll be up there throughout the course of the season, and until the red card, we were winning the game and bang involved in it. So the lads need to take big confidence from they can mix it with anyone in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly seemed like a game between two good sides. We know that of Bolton, of course. Do you take confidence from that? You'll say the same to the players, I'd imagine, that they can take confidence from that, as you say, from putting in a performance.
Yeah, the lads have to. Bolton, big budgets, brilliant squads, and it's. I said it in pre-season. I said it, in the summer. It's just because you got a big budget doesn't mean that you're automatically going to go up. It's what you create in-house, the work ethic and the environment and the culture and everyone wanting to be here is just as powerful as anything else. And the lads have got that. The group are in a great place, and I'm really proud of them today. But they need to take big belief from themselves that, whoever we come up against, we can go toe-to-toe with anyone, that's for sure.
What have you said to the lads after that one? Obviously, that's 3 games now where refereeing decisions have gone against them. I can imagine it'd be quite easy for heads to drop in that regard, but it's about keeping the confidence and spirits high.
The lads are in a good place. They'll be hurting a bit tonight, obviously, with conceding late on. But the start that we've had, the lads have been brilliant. Like I said, 2 games we've gone down to 10 men. One other game we went down 2-0, and the games are throwing up challenges, and they're reacting off everything, and they're coming through them challenges. My next thing to them now is, can we make the games that little bit easier for ourselves in terms of keep 11 men on the pitch and really being, showing everyone how good they are in terms of, the way we want to play and the patterns of play and the way we want to play in terms of on the football. We do that, we'll be a good side.
And just finally, Conor, 2 games coming up now next week. It's coming thick and fast in League One already, of course. I bet you're quite glad about that, to get back out on there as early as possible and almost put today right in a way.
Yeah, just the 2 away games now. Really looking forward to them. We'll rest and recover and be in tomorrow and get things ready for Peterborough. And the lads will be chomping at the bit, ready to go for Peterborough away. I think the last couple of home games have been brilliant for the home fans. The connection has been fantastic. They can be very, very proud of the team that they're watching every single week so far, and that will only continue. I can promise you that. So yeah, we'll look forward to putting in another good performance away at Peterborough.